I'm on a roll with these. I made like three in the past hour. No, I made two. I edited one. No, I didn't edit. Uploaded one, did two, and uploaded them. Fuck it. We're gonna do a short one. Look how short and sweet this is. Not too long, not too long. It is the Rake. Get all the short ones out of the way. The long ones, I'm going to fucking save them for. A lot of the ones I want to cover are too fucking long and too stupid. Like I went and looked at it, Jeff the Killer one. This shit was like a fucking novella, man. Like, golly, man, it was long as hell. I gotta go to bed soon. Let's just knock out the Rake. Oh shit. These scary stories are getting to me. I'm hearing shit. Slenderman, the Rake, Sonic.exe, Dead Bart, and Smile Dart are all gonna visit me tonight. Because I'm talking shit on their very mediocre to bad stories. Let's do it. During the summer of 2003, events in the northeastern United States involving a strange human like creature sparked brief local media interest before an apparent blackout was enacted. Little or no information was left intact, as most online and written accounts of the creature were mysteriously destroyed. Huh, that's weird. Primarily focused on the rural New York state, and was found in Idaho. Self-proclaimed witnesses tell stories of their encounters with a creature of unknown origins. Emotions range from extremely traumatic levels of fright and discomfort. Oh my gosh, almost a childlike sense of playfulness and curiosity. Now, the published versions are no longer on record. The memories remain powerful. Several of the involved parties began looking for answers that year. In early 2006, collaboration had accumulated 2 dozen documents dating between 12th century and present day, spanning 4 continents. In almost all cases, the stories were identical. I've been in contact with a member of this group, was able to get some excerpts from their upcoming book. Uh huh. A Mariner's Log, 1691. Came to me in my sleep from the foot of my bed. Felt sensation. He took everything. He must return to England, or we must return to England. We shall not come here again at the request of the Rake. Uh oh. Journal entry translated from Spanish, 1880. I have experienced the greatest terror. I have experienced the greatest terror. I have experienced the greatest terror. I've seen his eyes when I closed mine. They are hollow black. They saw me and pierced me. His wet hand. I was not asleep. His voice. Unintelligible text. Suicide note, 1964. If I pray to take my life, I feel it is necessary to assuage any guilt or pain I have introduced to this act. Not the fault of anyone other than him. Once I awoke and felt his presence, and once I awoke and saw his form again, I awoke and heard his voice and looked into his eyes. I cannot sleep without fear of what might neck might next awake to. Well, I might might next awake to experience. I cannot ever wake. Goodbye. Found the same wooden box or two empty envelopes addressed to William and Rose, and one loose personal letter with no envelope. Dear Lenny, I prayed for you. You spoke your name. Oh shit. Oh, 06, witness 3 years ago, I had just returned from a trip in Niagara Falls with my family for the 4th of July. We were all very exhausted from a long day of driving. Husband and I put the kids straight to bed and called it a night. 4 a.m., woke up, thinking my husband was gotten up to use the bathroom. I used a moment to steal back the covers, only to wake him in the process. I apologized and told him I thought he was out of bed. After he faced me, he gasped and pulled his feet up from the end of the bed so quickly, and he almost knocked me out of my bed. Then he grabbed me and said nothing. After adjusting to the dark for half a second, it will see what caused a strange reaction. At the foot of the bed, sitting and facing away from us, was what appeared to be a naked man or a large headless dog of some sort. Its body position was disturbing and unnatural, as if it had been hit by a car or something for some reason. I was not instantly frightened by it. More concerned to his condition. At this point, I was somewhat under the assumption that we were supposed to help him. Husband was peering over his arm and knee, tucked into the fetal position, occasionally glancing at me before turning to the creature. A flurry of motion, it scrambled around the side of the bed and then crawled quickly in a flailing sort of way right along the covers until it was less than a foot away from my husband's face. It was completely silent for about 30 seconds, possibly close to 5, but it seemed like a while. Here we go with the precise time. Just looking at my husband, and then it then took it then placed its hand on his knee and ran into the hallway, leading to our kids' room. I screamed and ran the light switch, planning to stop this thing before it hurt my children. When I got to the hallway, the light from the bedroom was enough to see it crouching and hunched over, 20 feet away. Turned around and looked directly at me, covered in blood. I flipped the switch on the wall and saw my daughter, Clara. The creature ran down the stairs. My husband rushed to help our daughter. She was very badly injured and spoke only once more in her short life. Said, "He is a rake." Okay, so she knows. This car into a lake that night while rushing our daughter to the hospital did not survive. Being a small town, news got around pretty quickly. The police were helpful at first. The local newspaper took a lot of interest as well. However, the story was never published. Local television news never followed up either. A bunch of pieces of shit. They were attacked by the rake and did nothing. So once my son Justin and I stayed in a hotel near our parents' house. As we decided to return home, I began looking for answers myself. Eventually, I located a man in the next town who had a similar story. He got in contact and talked to our experiences. We knew of 2 other people in New York who had seen the creature, now referred to as the Rake. Does rake mean something? Because all I think about is an actual rake. Yeah, it took the 4 of us 2 solid years of hunting on the internet, writing letters to come up with a small collection of what we believed to be accounts of the rake. None of them gave any details, history, or follow-up. One journal had an entry involving the creature in its first 3 pages, then never mentioned again. A ship's log explaining the encounter, saying only that they were told to leave by the rake. It was the last entry to the log. There were many instances where the creature visits was one of the series of visits with the same person. Multiple people also mentioned being spoken to, my daughter included. This led us to wonder if the rake had visited any of us before our last encounter. So I just recorded near my bed and left it running all night, every night for 2 weeks. I would tediously scan through the sounds of me rolling around in bed each day when I woke up. By the end of the second week, I was quite used to occasionally sound of sleep while blowing through the recording at 8 times normal speed. It still took almost an hour every day. On the first day of the 3rd week, I thought I heard something different, but what I found was a shrill voice. It was the rake. I can't listen to it long enough to even begin to describe it. I haven't let anyone listen to it yet. All I know is that I've heard it before, and now I believe that it spoke when I was sitting in front of my husband. I don't remember hearing anything at the time. For some reason, the voice on the recorder immediately brings me back to that moment. The thoughts that must have gone through my daughter's head make me very upset. I've not seen the rake since he ruined my life, but I know that had been in my room while I slept. I know in fear that one night I'll wake up and see him staring at me again. And folks, that was the rake. Pretty typical story. I think I heard something. It's like scratching in the hallway. Hold on. I gotta go check this out. Oh my god, it's a rake! Oh my god, it's gonna be. Yes, the rake. I'm now going to publish this video on this person's YouTube channel. Make sure to click subscribe and like it.